So this is experiment number 2, half wave rectification. The schematic of the circuit is provided in the lab manual, but let's go over it again. So we can see we have a 50 Hertz 20 volt peak to peak supply, AC supply, and then we have our diode. It is in forward bias, and then the capacitor in this orientation, and we have the load resistance in parallel to the capacitor. We will be measuring our V out across this capacitor and across the load. As we go step by step, we will see that how the ripples across the load and the full half wave rectification across the diode changes as we change the variations. Now let's go over the calculations. The ripple amplitude required is no more than 1 volt. The load resistor is 10 kilo ohms. The applied voltage is 20 volt peak to peak. The frequency will be 50 Hertz. If we calculate the capacitance from the given formula, we see that the capacitance required in this experiment is 18.6 microfarad. The capacitors available in the lab are of 10 microfarad, so we use two capacitors in parallel. So the capacitor will be of 20 microfarad. So now we are going to patch the circuit according to the given schematic. So we have our breadboard. The components listed were, we have two capacitors, 50 volt rating and 10 microfarad. You can see on the reading given on the capacitor. So let's patch it. Focus. While patching the circuit, we must be very careful of the positive and negative sides of the capacitors. We can see the longer leg represents the positive side and the shorter one represents the negative terminal. So these two capacitors will go in parallel. Then we have our diode. This shiny silver side represents the negative side of the diode. So negative side of the diode must be attached with the positive side of the capacitor. And finally we have our resistor. This is the load resistor. From the color code we can tell this is a 10 ohms resistor, 10 kilo ohms resistor. So now the circuit is patched. So now let's correct the input. The input probe, positive terminal will go to the positive side of the diode, and this will be our ground because we will be measuring across our load resistor. And the second probe of the oscilloscope will go across the resistor. Now I have connected all the probes. Now let's turn on the power supply. Pardon me. I have set all the readings according to the requirements. The frequency is 50 Hertz and amplitude is 20 volts peak to peak, and it will be sine wave. Now give output. On the oscilloscope we will be able to see the outputs of the circuit. Okay, so now I have two waveforms. This one is of the input and this is the output across the load resistance, and we will have to adjust it. The coupling will be AC, probe will be 1x. Okay, let's set it to auto first. So now we can see the input waveform is stretched, but it is the auto function of the oscilloscope that stretches it according to the requirements, because we need to measure the ripple amplitude across the load resistance. So that's why we will have to adjust this scale. You can see the scale is already adjusted on both the channels. You can also change the scale from this given probe, but we will for the time being set it to 500 millivolt on both. Okay, so we will use the cursor to measure the output. So the measuring type is set on volts. Okay, so let me set it to volts again. Now we will be able to measure the voltage across the resistor, and this is actually the ripple amplitude. Okay, so as we can see, the amplitude is 820 millivolt. In our calculations, it was approximately 1 volt, but it is due to the fact that the capacitors that were available in the lab were of 10 microfarad, and the required capacitance was 18.6. For the 18.6 microfarad capacitance that we calculated, the ripple amplitude should have been 1 volt, but because the capacitance that we have used in our circuit is of 20, so that is why we see the fluctuation in our ripple voltage. So now we measure potential across the diode. We can see on the oscilloscope that only the negative half of the cycle is present. This is because of the orientation of our diode in the circuit. So when the positive cycle of the sine wave comes across the diode, it allows it to pass through it, and no voltage appears on the oscilloscope. But when the negative cycle appears, the diode blocks it, given to the configuration it is attached in the circuit, and the potential will appear on the oscilloscope. So let us measure. Yes, so we'll measure the volt. So to clearly measure, I have turned off channel 2. We can see the voltage across the diode is 11.8. It is the half of what we have applied approximately. So now in the last part we have removed the capacitors, and we are now measuring the output voltage across the load resistance. The waveform on the oscilloscope can be seen. It is now half wave rectification. Now let us measure the potential across the output. I have set the cursor to voltage. There, the voltage is approximately 10 volt. This is half of what we have given the circuit input.